Hello, I am in another winter day. It's not quite as cold as it has been, so that makes me happy. I realized that all my videos I look like I'm wearing the same thing. I swear my clothes are different underneath my hat and my coat, my outerwear. So let's take a walk. It's a beautiful day. It's just right around freezing. And there's been enough people on this path that there's kind of a treaded path to walk on. Walking, for those of you who have never walked in snow, walking in snow is a lot like walking in sand, and the deeper it gets, the more the harder it is. So when I take my walks right now, it's like I can't walk as fast, and it just takes more muscles and more effort. And so I was just walking along trying to decide what I wanted to talk about today, and my hip is going, ouch, hello, you're walking in different footing and it hurts, you should turn around now. And the rest of me is saying, no, it's so calm and wonderful and peaceful out here. I'm so happy. And I thought that I'd talk a little about that. Right now, if I pause a sec, I'm hearing a little bird, or a couple little birds. I'm hearing wind through old leaves. There's some oak leaves right here, and there's some beech leaves there, and then there are the pines above. And the insulating effect of the snow means that I don't hardly hear human noises. I have to try pretty hard to hear the traffic and various other noises. And it's inspirational. Inspired me to do this video. No, I was thinking about some of the stuff that is fringy that's talked about around. It's not really a somatic experiencing thing, although I think there are plenty of people who talk about it in somatic experiencing, but I think it's anything that gets you in touch with your body. I've heard Peter Levine talk about, asked about spirituality and enlightenment, and if SE is that, or a path to that. And he says no. And I had been looking at enlightenment and spirituality before heading towards somatic experiencing. And so, like, when I was out here just now, just walking, just being, not even a human, just being in the woods here. Yes, on a human-made trail, but really just being a part of the woods out here. And thinking that I couldn't have done that before I found somatic experiencing. I mean, I spent a lot of time with animals because it was the closest I could get. A lot of time with animals and a lot of time outside, and it was the closest I could get to quiet. And so it was the right pathway. I just had to find it in my body too. And that's something that somatic experiencing helped me find, is my body. That all of my socialization and training and trauma and patterning and enculturation and all the things kind of kicked me out of my body. I talk about my work as reintroducing you to what you've been considering the meat robot run by your brain, and that you are not just a brain with paraphernalia that is run by your brain. You're really an entire being, inextricably linked to your environment and everything else on this planet and the universe. And I knew that. Like I knew that intellectually, and I can explain it intellectually, but there's something about getting to a nervous system state more often than not that is, what do we call it? In normal parlance, it's like rest and digest, right? It's, I usually call it rest and relate, because rest and digest is usually like lying flat, sleeping or whatever. And so there's this nervous system state where you actually feel safe. And I spent, I don't know, probably at least 3.5 decades or 4 decades of my life with that not being my predominant nervous system state. And in that, like, you can't meditate, you can't you can't be out and enjoy anything on a deep body level. I mean, you can, but it's for like split seconds. And when it becomes your, with lots of work in my case, when it becomes a baseline nervous system state, and I still work at it and I still have a lot of trouble, but when I mostly feel safe, and then I get out here where the things that made me not feel safe are not around, human things. It's as if all of my spirituality and enlightenment investigations just like click on. So it's like all the work with somatic experiencing and with I call it renaturing, just like allows me to find that non-dual oneness, woo-woo places that the spiritual masters talk about. And you can hear the tone in my voice when I talk about it, because, most of the people I talk to aren't there. And most of the people that I talk to think that I'm a little nuts. And so that's a reflex, appeasement or fawning that my nervous system does as soon as I start to talk about something that I think other people will think I'm weird, as I roll my eyes and put on a voice, when in reality my body is just like, yeah, this is where it's at. And as soon as I'm talking to people whose bodies do the same thing, and there's no rolling of my eyes, there's no tone in my voice, instead there's matter of fact and awe. And it's pretty great. It's a pretty great place to be. Kind of like when I'm out here by myself. So happy and calm and peaceful that the pain in my hip makes me go, I don't want to turn around. So, I am going to keep walking. I am walking back. I did finally decide to listen to my hip, but I hope that you've gotten a little out of this.